how did we get from this to this to this to this and to this? Are the Wright brothers really the mastermind behind aviation? Is it Da Vinci? Is it George Cayley? Or the Montgolfier brothers?
We plan to make history here this evening.
Hello Sky lovers, welcome to Skyreviewzone, your number one trip to everything Skywatching. This is the first episode of the series known as the true beginning of general aviation, where we will explore some of the histories behind aviation. I emphasize on the word aviation because in today's video, you will get to know what that word aviation truly means. Some people might say, oh, why not talk to us about modern aviation? Why go back in time? Well, sky lovers, I feel like everyone is in one way or the other interconnected to their past, and that should also apply to aviation. And guys, that's why I've decided to take us back in time, where the stories of classic planes unfold like cherished memories. Also, I hear a lot of people talk only about Da Vinci and the Wright brothers, especially the Wright brothers, whenever it comes to the history of aviation. So guys, I decided to make this video to uncover some great men, their contributions and inspirations to aviation. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the emotional odyssey of aviation. In this section, we'll delve into the myth, early attempts at flights like tower jumping, and the inspirations that sparked the dream of soaring through the skies. So guys, stay tuned to uncover the roots of this incredible journey, and as we wrap up, I'll also share a dose of motivation to keep us all soaring, which is the main purpose of this channel. So guys, without any further ado, let's get started. Aviation has a rich history, spanning over 2 millennia, and that's more than 2,000 years. Evolving from early experiments like tower jumping and kites to the incredible achievements of supersonic and hypersonic flight using powerful jets. The dream of flying has been etched in humans' hearts for centuries, weaving through history with myths and fables of winged heroes soaring across heavens before it was finally accomplished. Fast forward to 1863 when aviation took flight. The term aviation, derived from the Latin word avis, meaning bird, and aviation, meaning action or progress, was coined by the French pioneer Guillaume Joseph Gabriel de Lalande, which he used in his work Aviation ou Navigation Aérienne sans ballon. And guys, I'm not sure if I'm getting these names right though. Essentially, he was talking about flying without balance. So, the word aviation was born from a blend of Latin and French, reflecting the action and progress of bird-like flight. It's like giving a name to the incredible journey of humans taken to the skies in a way that mirrors the grace and freedom of birds. Myth and legends of flight. Throughout history, people from different centuries dreamt of flying, and stories from ancient Asia, Persian mythology, and pre-347 BC Greece highlights this fascination. We have a myth of Icarus and Daedalus. In Greek mythology, a tale unfolds about Daedalus and his son Icarus attempting to escape from the labyrinth of Crete. They made wings from feathers, threads, and beeswax, imitating birds. But tragedy struck when Icarus, flying too close to the sun, saw his wax wings melt, leading to his drowning in the sea. But despite that, the legend continues with Daedalus successfully flying to Naples. Naples is a city in Italy. There is also a myth of Bellerophon, the brave son of the king of Corinth, taming a Pegasus, and that's a winged horse, and history made us understand that together they faced the three-headed monster called Chimera in battle. And guys, Corinth is a city in Greece. There is also another myth of Shahnameh written by the Persian poet Ferdowsi. Long ago, Shakeh from Greater Iran had a unique flying contraption carried by eagles. His craft had 4 poles sticking outwards, each with meat on top, and as the eagles reached for the meat, they lifted the craft into the sky. Wow. And myth made us believe that Shakey used this extraordinary flying machine when he traveled to China. That's from Iran to China. Wow, can you imagine that? Though it's a myth, but guys, this is a lesson to learn from, And for me, I see it to be that the myth is trying to tell us that we need to go the extra mile in everything we find ourselves, and it also encourages us to explore unconventional solutions, take calculated risks, and push the limits of what is deemed possible. There is a story about Alexander the Great using a different approach. He harnessed 4 mythical winged creatures called griffins to a basket, allowing them to fly across his realm. Guys, it's worth noting that 2 of these stories from Greek and Persian mythology were particularly powerful in captivating mankind's imagination on the possibilities of flight. One is the Greek myth of Icarus, and the second is Shahnameh, written by Persian poet Ferdowsi. And these stories offer a glimpse into the intriguing history of humans trying to take flight. So guys, if you are enjoying the content so far, please take a moment to hit the like and subscribe button, because your support means a lot and it helps to keep bringing you great content. Guys, we move on to the era of tower jumping, where we have stories of brave men jumping off towers. We have the story of Abbas ibn Firnas, a brilliant polymath from the 9th century who made remarkable contributions to early aviation during the Islamic Golden Age, our Andalus. A polymath is someone who knows a lot of subjects, so basically this guy was really brilliant. In the year 875 AD, at the age of 65 to 70, he attempted flight by constructing a winged apparatus using silk, wood and feathers, jumping from a tower in Cordoba. Cordoba is a city among the largest in Argentina, and he glided for about 10 minutes, showcasing a pioneering effort in human flight. Unfortunately, a lack of understanding of landing mechanics led to injuries. This remarkable event was documented by the 17th century historian Ahmad Mohammed al-Makuri, according to history. His studies on bird flight and landing mechanics over the years later influenced his understanding of how slow landings are crucial in aviation, and thus realizing the importance of tail and wing collaboration for a successful landing. That's to say that he learned from his experience. Well, after the fall, I think he needed to learn, and he learned. Ibn Firnas' observations of bird flight and meticulous studies laid the foundation for ornithopter. In Spanish we say ornithopteros. Please, I'm not a Spaniard. An ornithopter is an aircraft mimicking birds' movement by flapping its wings. And guys, remember, history made us believe that he studied the flight patterns of different birds and objects for 23 years. So I guess after he studied the birds, then he came up with this ornithopter. Yeah, so basically that's what this part is trying to say. History made us understand that Leonardo da Vinci had some of these ornithopters in his book Codex Atlanticus, and we'll see to that in the next video. So for some of us who thought Da Vinci was the mastermind behind aviation, what do you think? Let me know your answers in the comment section. And some historians like Clinton Wright concluded that Abbas ibn Firnas made the first successful flights in history. Ibn Firnas' courage and determination, coupled with lessons from historical attempts, paved the way for his groundbreaking contributions to early aviation. The skies became a canvas for exploration, fueled by the curiosity and innovation of visionaries like Ibn Firnas. His flying machine diagrams went on to become the cornerstone of aviation engineering in the late 20th century. We have another story of Eilmer of Malmesbury. In the 12th century, a prominent English historian named William of Malmesbury told a cool story about Eilmer, a Benedictine monk from the 11th century. Benedictine is a Roman Catholic religious order of monks and nuns founded by Saint Benedict of Nursia in the 6th century. Eilmer, feeling bold, decided to fly by strapping wings to his hands and feet. He managed to take a short flight but ended up breaking both his legs when he landed because he forgot to add a tail to balance himself. Looking at this, why didn't this man learn from Ibn Firnas, who experienced an accident in the 9th century that highlighted the importance of adding a tail to flying machines? Because Ibn Firnas existed before this guy, so why couldn't he learn? Or is it that he didn't study, or he just wanted to try something new? Well, guys, I don't know because I wasn't there. But by the way, Malmesbury is a town and civil parish in North Wiltshire, England. Well, the story of Eilmer and Abbas ibn Firnas encouraged other scientists and mathematicians to explore the possibilities of air travel through their attempts, though it did not succeed. Once again, if you are enjoying the content, guys, please take a moment to hit that like and subscribe button because your support means a lot and it helps keep bringing you great content. Lastly, in today's video, we will talk about another era, which is the era where Kite existed. I guess a lot of you will be surprised to hear about kites, but yeah, they contributed to the inspiration behind modern aviation, and let's see to that. The kite, potentially the earliest man-made aircraft, originated in China around the 5th century BC, attributed to Mozi and Luban. These leaf kites were constructed by stretching silk over a split bamboo framework. Initially flat and rectangular, these kites evolved, imitating insects, birds, and mythical creatures like beasts. Some even produced musical sound with strings and whistles. Beyond recreation, Chinese kites serve various practical purposes, from measuring distances to military signaling. So, guys, don't forget, the kites originated around 5th century. That's even before Ibn Firnas and the rest. In 549 AD, a kite made of paper was used as a message for a rescue mission. Ancient and medieval Chinese sources list other uses of kites for measuring distances, testing the wind, lifting men, that's men carrying or men lifting kites, signaling, and communicating for military operations aside from recreational purposes, which they were mainly known for. The concept of kites spread globally, evolving into fighter kites in India, equipped with abrasive lines for kite battles. There are also stories about men carrying or men lifting kites, which were designed to lift a person from the ground. Historically, men lifting kites have been used chiefly for reconnaissance, but interest in their development declined with the advent of powered flight at the beginning of the 20th century. It's truly fascinating to think that ancient civilizations once utilized kites for reconnaissance, a role now synonymous with cutting-edge jets like the SR-71 Blackbird, the Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II, and the rest. The evolution from humble kites to sophisticated aircraft highlights the remarkable journey and innovation in aerial reconnaissance. These kites were also used for other purposes like kite surveying, which I won't go into details because it's not really part of the context. Well, wow, what an aviation wonder. If you've enjoyed this content so far, consider subscribing to our channel for more engaging topics. If it wasn't quite what you are looking for, still subscribe to stay in the loop for continuous learning, because the journey of discovery never stops and your subscription keeps the adventure alive. Thank you, Sky Lovers, for your time, and see you in the next video. That is the second episode of this session, where we'll uncover other magical historical events that took place and contributed to the inspiration behind aviation. Don't forget to contribute to the channel by sharing your thoughts in the comment section. Until then, fly high, and we'll catch you in the next video. Don't forget to explore unconventional solutions, take calculated risks, push the limits of what is deemed possible, and finally, learn from mistakes. See you soon.